We have one more award, the Roger Fisher Negotiating Training Scholar. Recognition began in 2007 with a tribute to the late Roger Fisher, co-author of the seminal book on negotiation, Getting to Yes. And when he was presented with a Lifetime Achievement Award to acknowledge his tremendous and far-reaching contributions in the field of dispute resolution. 26 organizations from around the world, under the leadership of the ADR Institute of Canada, the Advocate Society, the Ontario Bar, and the Law Society of Upper Canada, joined together to salute Roger Fisher at a tribute event in Toronto. Since then, a committee representing the 4 lead organizations and several community-based mediation and dispute resolution organizations present annually, following a widely publicized application process, 1 negotiation training scholarship donated by Stitfeld Handy Group to a recipient who otherwise would not be able to receive negotiation training. This individual has also been granted complimentary ADRIC 2016 attendance, and ADRIC has been privileged and proud to host the scholarship presentation at many of its annual conferences. Presenting the award today are Kathleen Kelly, Barry Leon, Dave McCutcheon, and they're coming up, and Jill Moriarty, and Jill Moriarty. Are they making their way up? I see they're huddling, they're conferencing, things are happening. They haven't decided on a recipient yet. They're processing the winner. You want to talk about late notice? I mean, they just find out when you get here. Barry, Kathleen, David, all of you come on up, and I think we're going to watch a little video as this unfolds.
Now here's the important question. Jill, are you here? Come on up. While Jill comes up, let me just say how significant it is that the ADR Institute was one of the 4 organizations that presented this tribute. One of the things that Roger's son told me when we contacted them about doing it, and doing it in Toronto, is that there had never been a tribute like this done for Roger Fisher. And it sounds astounding given the impact that he's had on negotiation, on peace, on so much of what we do in mediation. And the reason is because there was no, in a lot of areas, there's an established body that can give out awards. There is no negotiation institute of something that came together to do it. So we did it on an ad hoc basis. It had a tremendous impact on Roger and the family. I think it's had a tremendous impact on people who are involved in the field in Canada and beyond. And so we're just, I think, delighted with the fact that there's been this important contribution made by the ADR Institute, along with the other 3 organizations, the Law Society, the Advocate Society, and the Ontario Bar Association, and the 26 organizations, which included organizations literally from around the world. I think everything that needs to be said about the scholarship and about Roger is there. We've been coming on to 10 years of giving out the scholarship. And so in line with Alan Stitt's remarks in the video, that with every person who gets trained, that person goes on and makes an impact, whether it's in their own lives for sure, but also in the organizations where they work. And that's one of the criteria for the scholarship, and I think it's a very important one. So on that note, I'm going to turn it over to Kathleen, who will say a few words about Jill, and we will present the scholarship to her. Who else is going to present this?
You're going to do it, eh?
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and Jill, welcome. I want to thank the ADR Institute of Canada for giving us this opportunity out of today's lunch and time slot to present this award. And just a reminder that the ADR Institute of Canada was one of the 4 lead organizations that sponsored the tribute and did yeoman's work in getting that thing going. Now, over to Jill. Jill had, when she applied for the scholarship, she had a 15-year history in the health and professional regulatory fields with policy development and other things. She got an interest in ADR and exhausted her funds to take all the training that she possibly could so that she could turn around and use that conflict resolution training in the community to do better, and as Roger Fisher said, and as others said in that video, to pass the work on. So we're very grateful for people like Jill that take the time to apply for the scholarship and to give us the opportunity to recognize her, and in other years to recognize other recipients. It is a hope that we may be able to work with other affiliates and see if we can't get a scholarship going in the other regions of Canada, so that when the ADR Institute of Canada has a conference, say in Calgary, perhaps the University of Calgary might give a training scholarship for a recipient in Alberta, or Mount Royal College, which is now a university and has a great program, or the University of Edmonton. Anyway, that's a going forward wish, so that it would be at every ADRIC conference we would have the work continuing, and worthy individuals like Jill, who work so hard and give back to the community, be recognized. Thank you. Jill, did you want to say anything?
I just want to say, give my thanks to ADR Canada for this opportunity, and the program was great. I did the training, and it was wonderful. I learned things I would have not been able to learn otherwise. So just thanks.
Jill, one of the other things we're going to give you is a copy of the full DVD-CD set, which was prepared following the tribute. It contains a full video of the evening, but it also contains a number of articles and papers, including some unpublished articles of Roger's on negotiations. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
Enjoy.
That's lovely. Thank you.
the last point is that we have out there now this year's applications. So if you know of anybody who may be interested, it's on the ADRIC website, and it's being promoted by all kinds of community organizations, legal organizations, and so forth. So take 2 seconds to think about somebody who might be interested and encourage them to apply. Thank you very much.